What's going on, guys, and welcome back to FBA Capital. And today I'm bringing you guys another daily range breakdown on US30. And I actually have a little announcement. I'm actually going to start trading Nasdaq or Nas 100 a little bit more often, because one thing that I have noticed about US30 is that it's just been hasn't been trading the way I want to, and Nas has been trading very smoothly and has been just a little bit more clear. So if you guys start seeing me more post Nasdaq trades, more Nas breakdowns, you know why. I'm gonna just start trading more, because at the end of the day, the same style that I trade on US30 could be used on Nas 100, since they're both indices and they're both primarily moving the same directions, doing the same thing. That's why I like it so much. But nonetheless, let's get right into the breakdown. So first things first, we're gonna mark up the previous day's highs and lows. So we're going to start off with marking up the previous day's low, just like this. And then we're going to mark up the previous day's high, which is all the way up here. As you can see, the previous day's high has been ran. And as I told you guys yesterday, I'm primarily going to be bullish the rest of the week. And as you can see, we had a bullish day right after, as I anticipated. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my, matter of fact, before we draw the fib, before we get all that, I'm going to draw the 12 a.m. open, which is right here. Then I'm going to draw the Asian session range, which is going to be right, not there, not sure why it's there, right there, right here. Let's get that off. So we have the Asian session range right here. Make this orange. All right, so now we have the Asian session range, the previous day's highs, the previous day's low, and the 12 a.m. open. Now I'm going to mark up all the big figure levels. So we have 34,500, which is right here at the previous day's high. We have 34,200. We have 34,000 right here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 34,000, 33,800. And then we have 33,600. Is it 600? I think. Did 500 get tapped into? Nah, I didn't. So we're going to mark up 600 right here. So these are the main big figure levels that got traded into today. Let me just make them all perfect. You guys know me, got that OCD. Can't have it even a 0.01 off. Need it to be perfect. Just like that. Just like that. And just like that. All right, so now that we have all these points, we have the previous day's high, the previous day's low. Let's mark up. I want to show you guys that right here. We got the previous day's high that did get ran through. Right here, what time did it get ran through? At 15 o'clock. I'm not sure. It's 12, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock our time. I just had to do the math. So we have the high of the day after clearing the previous day's high after trading into 34,500 at 3 p.m. So we're going to annotate that. High of the day at 3 p.m. Plus we traded into 35,500. Plus cleared the previous day's high. And as you can see, once we cleared that previous day's high, we showed a willingness to come lower. Pay attention to these things that happen in the market. Big figure level cleared this previous day's high, and then it also cleared the Asian session high and cleared this high over here. So just keep those on. I'm not going to mark those up, but you can clearly see that it cleared these highs, the previous day's high, and the Asian session high, and then traded into this big figure number, big figure level. I can't really talk. Just like that, and then we can see price overall starts to fall from there. Now let's look at where we had the low of the day. We had the low of the day after we traded into 33,600 at 10 a.m. And what does that tell you? 10 a.m. is the the London close. So we have the low of the day at 10 a.m. The London close after trading into 33,600. And then we also have a fib long from the daily time frame. And what do I mean by that? So if we pull our fib from yesterday's low of the day to the high of the day from yesterday, because if you were paying attention before all of this happened, before this whole move happened, this was the highest high right up here. So from here to here, that was the range that we were currently trading within at that time. So if you would have pulled your fib, you would have seen that price came all the way right down to the 70.50%. Almost came into that right here, almost came into that 79%, but didn't quite tap into it yet. But we did tap into it right here, making the low of the day at this time. So that's something you got to keep in mind, because this was a clean trade. It's the easiest trade you could have potentially caught. And if you even come a little bit to a higher time frame right here, say I think it was the 4 hour. Was it the 4 hour? I think it was the 30 minutes. We had this 30-minute order block right here. Let me just make sure I go to 15 minutes. I'm going to use this whole area within here. So these 3 down candles, I'm going to use it because why? these 3 down candles are going to be an order block. Say if I go to the 45-minute time frame, is that even a time frame? 45 minute? Not even a time frame, but the reason I'm using the 3 is because these are the 3 last down candles for this up move, and this is in between the one up candle, then the next up candle. So I would use this as the order block, just like this. I would get rid of this, just like that. Here, I think I have one made already. Yeah, just like that, and you can see how price respected it. So we tapped into this 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. we had this 33,600 rejection with the fib long from the previous day's low to the previous day's high, and then we also had that order block rejection. And then also you keep in mind the time that it all happened at 10 a.m. So there was a lot of reason for us to believe that price was going to potentially have that reaction from here. And then as you can see, that's when price ended up going along. I actually was able to catch this trade, this long trade, but it was on NAS 100. Same exact trade, same probability, same all of that, just on the other thing. Because mind you, I wasn't looking at US30 because it was very choppy when I was trading it this morning. Look at all this, just choppy, 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 just horrible price action. And even when price moved higher, it even consolidated for an extra, like, what time? We got into this range at 10:30, and we didn't even leave the range until 13:15, which is about 5-6 hours. So that tells you it just wasn't moving. It was just within this range from 34,000 and 33,800. And also, this last confirmation I also forgot to have is we were below the 12 a.m. open. And what do you know about the being below the 12 a.m. open? This line right here. When we are below and we're expecting price to be bullish, anything below is going to give us the best possible entry. And as you can see, the best possible trade that you could have caught that would have caught this major expansion would have been below. Even if you would have got in here, you still would have been able to catch majority of the expansion. So that's a nice trade right here. And then we had these highs that were pre-London that also got ran. Right here, we got these highs ran. And all these highs, this high, these are all areas that you can use as potential targets when you're looking to target. I use big figure levels as targets, and I use previous highs, previous lows as also targets. Why? Because below those previous highs and previous lows is all liquidity. And what do we know about liquidity? Liquidity is what we target as traders. That's what the market is targeting. So if the market is targeting and running towards liquidity, that's where you're going to be wanting to get out or get in the market, because you're going to anticipate price to have a specific type of reaction there. So from there, we traded down. London session, what happened? London session, we did clear the lows during this Asian session low. So that's something we are going to keep in mind. I'm going to annotate that. We cleared the London lows at what time? We cleared the Asian session lows at 2:15 in the morning, which is early London session. So we cleared Asian range lows at 2:15 a.m., which is London session. And what do we know about that? Once we got these ran, we could have possibly expected the highs to be ran. As you can see, it got close, but didn't quite get there. Price ended up coming down, trading all the way down to this 33,600 level from this fib long, had that retracement, and from here, this would have been the major move you would have been looking to catch. So overall, today was a bullish New York reversal. So let's do the schematic just like this. Here, just like that. Let me do it there. We got the Asian session range. Price came down during London session, traded higher, then got that big move to the downside, and from here, that's where we got the major move that you would have been looking to catch. So this is a clean example of a bullish New York reversal. And like I said yesterday, I was going to be bullish the rest of the week. So let's even take it a step further. This is let me see, go like this. We're gonna go to the higher time frame. So look at this. From this area that I've had marked up all week, look at how price is reacting. We have one daily wick, a second daily wick. Yesterday, actually, we closed pretty bearish, but with a rejection, so that is something we're going to be keeping in mind. Even if you do, I'm going to pull my fib from this high, from this daily candle, to the low of the daily candle. You can see price is currently within this fib short range. So there is a potential chance that price could even go shorter, because we did close at this bearish candle. So that is something I'm going to be keeping in mind, and we are slowly rejecting, and we're going right here at 34,400, which is a big figure level. So I'm going to be keeping that in mind as of right now. I'm going to actually make this black just so I can see that, and I'm going to make this 34,400, and we're going to pay attention to this because there's a chance now that price could potentially have this reaction to the downside. I'm going to get rid of this box, and we're just going to watch this right here. Get rid of that. What else can I get rid of? Get rid of that. No, I'm gonna leave that. So everything else we could just leave right here. But like I said, there's still a chance that price can come down, even though I don't want to see that. I more than likely want to see price continue going higher throughout the week to at least potentially trade into, let's see, go to the weekly time frame. We're still bullish on the weekly, so there is a chance we can still move bullish. But if we can at least get to say maybe 35 to 200 to end the week around there, I think that would be a pretty good area to end the week off. It will show us that there's a willingness to stay above this weekly bullish order block, but it also will keep us within this big range of where all this consolidation is, which is something that could likely happen. But nonetheless, make sure you get a screenshot of this and you journal this, because at the end of the day, you're going to learn from all of these things. Pay attention to when the highs of the day are made, the lows of the day are made, what times they were made, what happened to the Asian session, what times with the Asian session lows and highs ran. Pay attention to all these things. And actually, I'm going to put that up here. Plus Asian range high cleared also. I'm going to just keep that in there. Just because I did right when the lows were ran. So that's all you keep in mind. All these big figure levels, all these areas and prices. Pay attention to how price is moving, because it's all telling you everything you need to know about the market. Every day is another chance to learn from the market, and is going to be literally showing you what is happening. So on that note, I'm going to end it off here. Hopefully this video was helpful, and if it was, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you aren't already, make sure you comment below. Anything, just comment your favorite color, do whatever you need. If shit, you can comment the number 4, whatever you want. But on that note, make sure you stay motivated by the fear of being average, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And actually, I'll see you guys in the morning if you watch the live. So see you in the morning. Be motivated by the fear of being average. Y'all be safe.